So I just bought this grease gun at Walmart, and I'm going to try it for the first time here in this video. And I've never greased up the wheel hub bearings of any boat trailer, so watch as I try to figure this out. Also, if you do this, you're never ever going to have to replace your wheel hub bearings ever again.
Wow, forever? That can't be true.
Ever.
Forever, 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 forever.
Never ever.
Oh, my gosh. Forever?
Never.
I can't believe it. Forever.
All right, so you got your tube of grease here. This is a plastic cap that comes off one end of it, and then you have a tuna can top on the other side. So your grease gun, this is a brand new grease gun. What you do, you unscrew it, unscrew the top from the chamber like that, and you can see that's the plunger. So you take the plunger pull back, pull it all the way back like that, okay, and you take your plastic cap, and that side is what goes down into the tube like that. And then once it gets down close to the edge, you twist it like that, and it should get you all the way down to where it's flush with the top. So then you take your tuna can, open that up like that, and then you take your top and screw that back on. Like that, nice and tight. This is your air release valve. And this thing here, this little ball valve on there, that allows you to fill. So if you had a big drum of this that was pressurized, you'd put your fitting on that and it would fill this thing back up. So that's what those are. Now they don't all have that, but this one does. So this one's got this little piece of metal. That's your plunger release. So you press that, kind of maybe lift up on that a little bit, and that'll release the plunger. All right, so there it goes, twisting it so that that pole shaft is stored all the way in, and that should be enough for this thing to start getting some. Whoa, there it goes. Okay, so there you go. Now you're ready to apply the grease on your wheel hub bearings on your trailers. What you're gonna want to do is have some paper towel or towel ready, because you're going to put the grease into this wheel hub enough to where it comes out, and when it comes out, you want it to come out in the same consistency that it went in. So if you have water inside of there, then you want to push all that watery grease out until that new grease comes out as well. And then you're going to have to clean all that up within the wheel hub. So just keep that in mind. All right, so the first thing we do is just pull off this little cap. And you can see this nipple here. This is where you put the grease gun right up in here. And so we'll do that with our brand new grease gun. And you put it on there. And you kind of hold it there and squeeze it. There are battery powered grease guns, there are hydraulic powered and air powered grease guns, but today we are going to use the hand squeeze grease gun because it's good for your hands. And already I've got it all over my hands here. And so if that gets stuck on there, all you have to do is unscrew this a little bit, and it should pop right off. It's called a compression fitting. So when you pop it on there, it's compressed. All right, so I've got this thing disconnected, and I'm going to show you how this compression fitting works. So you take your pliers, and sometimes you can do this with your hands too. But you grab them there. You take another wrench or set of pliers, and you get this other one. There you go. And we're gonna rotate this. Get that. And then this part will unscrew and release that compression part, and it pops right off. So if you're having trouble getting that off of there, that's how you do it. So we're going to screw this back down, put it back on our grease gun, and then tighten this way down. And then we're going to try it again. Let's get that cap on there first. That's on there tight enough. So let's go ahead and try this again. Pop that on there. Alright, that's kind of oozing out the sides of my grease gun nozzle, so we're going to call that good. And you can see down here some grease oozing out. So actually, I'm going to keep going with this. Let's see how much of that we can get to come out. There, see how that's all oozing out? See that? And that's good grease. That's not watery grease. And you can see some of that blue is the stuff that I'm putting in. So at that point, you want to clean this up, and then we're going to do the next wheel. All right, so here we are on the Shorehaven trailer, which is my Sea-Doo, my newer Sea-Doo GTX Limited 300. And this one's a little bit different. It actually has much smaller wheels and smaller tires, and a little bit of a different plug that covers the wheel hub. So it's the center plug here. It's this little rubber thing. You just pull it out, and it looks like it's got a lot of fresh grease in there, which is really good. But we're going to top this off anyway for the sake of the video. And this does it the same way. You just pop it on there. You tighten this compression fitting down a little bit. And that is going in there 100 times easier than the other wheel. So we're just going to sit there. And there it is. It's pushing out. See it just moving that blue in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. But it's pushing grease out around the edges, and that's when you know you're done. So we'll go ahead and do the other wheel, and we'll be all done with our wheel hub bearing grease. All right, so we're here on the last wheel hub bearing, and just like the other one, we have to pull off that rubber piece in the center. And you can see in there it's already been greased, and that's that excess grease in there. So we're going to put that fitting right on there, and we're going to pump this thing up full of grease. And when we're done with that, we will be done for the day. See that? There, so that goes on. Now we're gonna pump. Go ahead and start pumping. And we're gonna watch it until we start to see grease come out. All right, so it is starting to come out now around the edges of that wheel hub. And you can actually see it right there. Oozing out. All right, so that's plenty. So what we're gonna do is take that off, take that compression fitting off, and then clean up the grease. So we're gonna use our pliers to loosen that bad boy up. Like that. And then we'll finger loosen that if it's not too slippery until it comes off. That should be enough. There it goes. All right, so we're gonna get some paper towel and clean this up inside there a little bit, like this. And then we're gonna pop our cap on top. And then we're gonna pop our cap on top. Like that, make sure that's nice and tight. We are all done. So that is how you maintain your wheel hub bearings on your trailers. And trust me, you're gonna wanna do this every year. Some people do this every 1 or 2 trips if they're long trips. I don't know if that's necessary, but a lot of people will do that, and it will definitely make those wheel hub bearings last a very long time. All right, we'll see you in the next video.